Letter was drafted by Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami on the order of Prabhupada. What Prabhupada said, he wrote down, because Prabhupada, it was July. Prabhupada's health was not, he was getting everything done through his secretary, and that time Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami was his secretary. Prabhupada spelled it out in writing. Prabhupada is very meticulous. July 9th letter, where he set up a system where it was for all time, henceforward. Henceforward, you see the word in red there, in red color. Henceforward, send recommendation for first and second initiation to whichever of these 11 representatives are nearest the temple. Henceforward means from then on. If anybody says, oh, this is not for after, because there is henceforward, but there is no stop date given, then what does it mean?
We should approach the author of the letter to find out what he meant by the word henceforward.
It's just a choice of words I used. If someone looks in a dictionary and finds it has a different meaning, somehow it gives it permanence. It certainly wasn't the intention. The letter was written by me. It was not dictated by Prabhupada. It was signed by me, and it's my letter. It's not Prabhupada's letter, so it's just astounding to me that somehow my letter turns out to be the final order. And it was my suggestion that Prabhupada approved it because I thought it would add weight to it so people would know it was authorized. And it's just astounding how this becomes the basis of a new understanding of the Sampradaya. If Prabhupada himself wanted to change something, first of all, he wouldn't have had someone write a letter for him. He would have written a letter, he would have dictated a letter, and he certainly would have signed it. And I can assure you he would not have done something which would have changed everything that he ever wrote in his books.
Srila Prabhupada made it clear that he wanted his disciples to initiate their own disciples after his departure. To think that he changed this view in the last few months without completely giving explication for days and hours so that it would be completely clear, that he hung it all on this one word henceforward, all on this one letter, the July 9th letter, is completely contrary to how we knew Srila Prabhupada did things for the 12 years that we knew his prominent preaching in the West.
What Prabhupada did with naming those 11 people is he named people who would act as his assistants to give initiation in his presence. And therefore I stated at the Topanga Canyon that Prabhupada did not appoint gurus. These 11 people were not the divinely chosen 11 who thereafter were to carry on the disciplic succession. But the principle was that whoever was qualified of his disciples could go on to be initiating spiritual masters. That's exactly what I said at the Topanga Canyon.